YouTube back again. Like, I've been waiting ages for this. This like month. It was a month in China before they actually sent it over, sitting in the international airport, and then it goes to Sydney instead of Western Australia. So I'm like, oh my god, really? So after another week for it to get from Sydney to Perth. Gee, 5 weeks waiting. I was getting pretty anxious with Threezero, and I apologise for that, because I said if it doesn't move after another month at the international, I'm going to cancel the order and ask my money back, because I consider that lost. But I think whatever they did, they must have followed it up and got it moved on. Okay, so First Blood, personally my favourite out of all the sequels, and I just absolutely love this one, and I am getting the Stallone Sly Shot one version, which is the army clothed beginning of the movie, so to speak, version as well. So looking forward to getting that as well. So let's open this baby up and check it out. I have to say that really Threezero have paid particular attention to the sculpting of the face and the head, and I think they have done a superb job personally. Basically, the way they've separated the hair, I'm really impressed with how they've done that little mark here where you can actually see where the actual banding of this. They haven't just slapped on a piece of strapping or ribbon and called it quits and not gone into the detail of where the separation of the banding is gone. So that line and the way it's underneath the hairline here, perfect. The bloody side of the head from the trauma that he went through, the bloody face, even the weathering, the little bit of shade of the bit of growth around his chin there, the beard starting to come through. Very good paint apps. Really impressed. They smashed this one. Be interesting to see what the Sly Stallone version against this would be like. I can't wait to get that one. Let's move on to the torso and the seamless arms. Now, obviously, they've used the same body as they have done with the Rambo 3, which I used to have, but I've since moved it on because I wasn't happy about them not putting the scar from this quite nasty wound where he fell through the tree. Now, what they've done now, they haven't altered, they haven't done a new casting of the arm. All they've done is applied a paint app of the blood coming through his arm, which is fine. Yeah, it's fine. But I think they should have done a scar tissue along here, like they've done with the backs and all that in the front. I think they should have done it here, really. And if they were to do, if they moulded that in the first place, then all they had to do is just put a little bit of blood coming through from that scar, and that would have been just as effective. So anyway, but I'm happy to have some sort of blood in this arm anyway. So I have got this weird spots on my shoulder. I don't know what that's about. It's like a blob of paint or something. I'm not too sure. Dirt or I don't really care. It's nothing serious. But yeah, the mould is great. The seamless arms are fantastic. Probably a little bit too big for Stallone's arms. I'm not too sure, but that's fine with me. I do like this figure a lot. So we'll move on down to, which I think they've done, is the the weathering of the pants, and the weathering of the pants, and they've really nailed it. I think they've nailed it. They've got the genuine pockets on the back here. Their pockets are not their fake pockets. I could get a lot of this. I think they cheap out some of these companies when they don't do the authentic pants, but these are genuine, real pockets you can put stuff into. So I like that. I think that's good when they do that. The belt, somewhat pleather, but it doesn't matter, what sort of material they use for the belt. They've also applied the sheath for the, is it commando knife? I'm not too sure what the knife's called, but that's good that they've had this already on there. You don't have to fiddle around with little bits of string and stuff like that, trying to get it on and take the belt off. And it's so good when the companies think of the client, the customer, doesn't have to bust things and break things trying to get a simple thing on when they can just put it on in the first place. So that's really good that they've done that. Extreme mudding of the pants from the knee down, that is bloody great. And I'm really impressed with the boots. The boots are like somewhat flexible to a degree, and the stiffness of the joints and the feet are quite good, and which is what you really need to have because you don't have a stand. So you really need to have that area stiff, tight to hold the pose, otherwise you're going to be in all sorts of trouble. So it's quite a lot of articulation in the boots area to fulfill those certain poses that you require. So there you go. I'm over the moon with how good the lower section, and I've had some crappy ones, real crappy ones, where they need to have this. So that's just straight up, bang, fiddled around with the boots, and he's standing perfectly. So, right, that's enough on the figure itself. I like to just have a quick whirl around with the Lazy Susan and show you the accessories. You get apart from the fisted hands he actually already has on his arms, he has the extras, the trigger hands and the gripping hands that are required to handle the weaponry that he has. So great detail to the hands. They're well sculpted and they are perfect in the rubber form. I like the way the softness of that Threezero use in the rubber that they have. You don't have to heat things. They slip onto the pegs really easily. So that's good. Always Threezero, a very good company as far as I'm concerned, as competitors against Hot Toys. The knife has got the look. I don't know the full details of what works and what doesn't work, but I do know the tip of the knife comes off and goes back on, which is what he gets. You get all your sewing and your needles and your first aid equipment in the handle. So that's good that they add that little touch. Right, just first up, I'm just going to let you know that they do supply you with some set of instructions that tell you all about the equipment that you get and the accessories and how to put it on. And so you get plenty of detail of all of the accessories. So no sweating on how to do it and what to do. Threezero smashed it out. Like there's that, you can obviously know that's the wind around of the bullets for the arm. Then you got the follow through of all the 4 sets of bullets that he wears around his well, everywhere really, around his waist, across his body. Yeah, so yeah, you've got seems like 2 larger ones and 2 sets of smaller ones. Pretty self-explanatory and easy to identify. There's his canvas, or his tarp, whatever you want to call it. Well weathered, and tears in certain spots. They've gone to town and really applied the all the detail that's needed to get the overall effect that you need from that movie, where Stallone straps himself down with that canvas. Here you have a rope looking posable wire. I'm assuming it's just easy to use to wrap around the canvas. That's fantastic. Love this. I love this piece. This is the I think this was the survival pig survival. Maybe I think we killed the pig, from what I remember. So the knife easily goes into here. There is a set of instructions how to do it, but I'm just simply showing this for video purpose only. That looks great. Will I use it? I'm not too sure. Don't do a stupid thing like I've done and just shove the knife in there and then not all the way through and left the cap back in this. I'm going to have to push it right through now. Right. Oh, yeah. So the knife's fully in there now. I'm going to leave it in there for now because it's bloody tight. Well done. I love it. Love it. And last of all, we just move on to the and zoom back a bit because we've got quite a big machine gun here with all the working parts required. If you really want to use them, you know, the carrying handle, I found in the past it's not good to actually fiddle around with that because I have snapped a couple in the past. Your stand as well, again, I prefer not to touch those because they do tend to snap off, break off. So yeah, you're cranking on the side here for your bullets, and yeah, all the gear you really, yeah, there's a little bit of a plate holder here to guide the bullets in. Very well made. I think they've gone all out and produced such a beautiful M60. Also, flimsy areas of the machine gun are the strapping points. They can also break, so be very careful of handling these because they are susceptible to damage. Right, we'll move on to the M16. I like this one, nice and easy. I think the magazine might come out, which is typical. No, magazine doesn't come out. Well, that's unusual. So yeah, doesn't really matter. It's what moves and what doesn't, because it looks, face the fact, we're never going to move those parts anyway. So, but look, attention to detail again, love it. Right, so that's all you have. It was easy to pose the boots, easy to pose the legs, so easy to put the canvas on. The rope's done its job. Like the way they've weathered the canvas and that you can see the wound on his arm. Bit of a nip and tuck there with the canvas, just to tuck it under his armpits, just to sort of have it a tighter fit to his body. Great head sculpt. Well done, Threezero. Beautiful. Just went out. Catch ya.